live?
This is working.
All right. Come on, Philly.
Working.
Come on, Philly.
What's up, y'all? Appreciate you guys being with us on a Tuesday, as always, but in this case, pre-Victory Tuesday night.
It's our first pregame show. Like right before a game.
I know it's the whole crew is
That's
caught off
awesome.
guard. I mean, the camera
I feel
crew.
like I need this group of people to watch this game with.
I don't know what to
need
do
it.
with my
I need you
hands.
guys tonight.
The pregame did start on time. The video did not start on time, for the record. I don't need these because you guys don't have them. Just want to make sure they can hear us.
You crazy bad. It must be game day.
Thank you so much. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, I am Ken Marangolo. This is Thank God It's Tuesday. High noon in Philadelphia tonight. Two teams will enter. Well, not really. 1.5 teams will enter, and
Right.
one team, hopefully, or half a team, will emerge victorious. Here we are, 14th game of the season, 6-7. As of last night, Washington football team no longer in the playoff picture. Vikings slid in there, Kirk Cousins their way in. For whatever reason you want us to be good or make the playoffs, or if you don't even care anymore because you know for whatever reason these conversations happen and that.
Why wouldn't you care?
Because people see 6-7 and they're like, all right, just give me my draft pick. That's obviously not how we operate. But my point is, what isn't another added incentive that's completely separate from all of that to beat Kirk Cousins this year? You know, shouldn't we want to finish higher than Kirk Cousins? Like, if anyone's going to back in the playoffs,
goal. It should be a
just one
perk.
I'm just saying one thing.
Do you still like crank call ex-high school girlfriends? Is that like
It's not a crank call. That's a serious call. It's a business call. Sean McVay might have a couple of messages that sound
That was
something like
creepy
that.
the way you did that.
Yeah.
what?
That
I
was
mean, like,
creepy.
I didn't say I didn't.
He was asking a honest, legitimate question.
I mean,
He's-
you don't?
Kevin, that's Kevin Rick and everybody
I don't know
asking
if I did
the
it like
questions
that.
around here. And Tim
Thanks.
Strachan.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas, guys. This is
Merry,
our
Merry.
show before. This is really our Christmas Eve show.
There's a lot wrapped into this show. There's a whole
It
lot
is.
going on.
We got the pregame
all
stuff going
happening
on.
so
Right, we're
fast.
not gonna keep you past kickoff. You're welcome to stay with us past kickoff, but we only ask that you stay, obviously, until kickoff. AGH, welcome. Game night in Wales. Everyone knows. Eric Anderson. Got to say the name because I haven't seen it. Where's James Rainey these days? We haven't seen him out there
Yeah.
on the board.
You're right.
Robert Cohen, Rhett Donnelly. Appreciate all you guys. I know you're getting ready for the game
Rhett
tonight.
lives right there.
Well, first of all, he lives everywhere. He lives right here for UT, right here. We'll start with you, Kevin. They postponed the game 2 days. Based on who's back, how much better are our chances of winning? Just best case, worst case, where do we land?
Well, getting everyone back on our defensive front, having that whole established wall of people is the only chance we have to win this game.
That's correct.
Based on everything else that's happened. So our odds have greatly improved. And we almost got over the hump with the quarterback situation. We didn't. But getting that defense right, that was a necessary evil. Stopping that run game of theirs and making them throw the ball and getting them in third and deep and long scenarios, which is we're great at. Yes, that greatly improved our odds at winning this game.
I mean, T, for the WFT and Eagles game tonight, when you look at if we could have gotten half the guys back on offense or half the guys back on defense, I'm with Kevin. I'd rather have if we have our defense. That's who we are. That's how we should win. If you're going to take apart our offense, well, whatever.
Yeah, no, defense is where if you keep any NFL team under a certain amount, you have a chance to win a game. Offensively, you have a little bit of a surprise, factor when you have guys that haven't played. They don't have tape on them. They can't see what they can do, what they're good at. You can change things up. You can disguise stuff for a little bit. Defensively, you can't do that. Defensively, to have a more solid defensive personnel, I think is exactly what they need. And we got to remember, this is the Eagles, right? I mean, it's not like we're going up against some juggernaut. Yes, they're a professional football team, but
They can beat us.
They're a professional team. They can beat anybody. Jaguars have won too.
I mean, the Lions did on Sunday blew me away. Like literally shocked me. It defied everything I expected at this point of a season. So that was insane. Like if that happened on Sunday, there's so many outcomes tonight that would be a fraction of shocking. Against that.
Yeah, people are saying this would be like the strike shortened season when Coach Gibbs led a team of scabs against Tony Dorsett, but that was way more. This would be way less of an upset. I don't feel that way. Yes, Garrett Gilbert is not exactly the guy you want to go to Philadelphia with for a fight. So I mean, I get that part of it, but you know what? He's who we got, and 6'4", 230 of him. He's had a day before where he did some things against a great defense that was 7-0. A couple years back when he started for the Cowboys against the Steelers, he had a good day, man. He was leading that team. The one thing that stuck out to me when I looked at that game recap was drives of 11 plays, 2 drives of 12 plays, and the fact that he's no athlete. Don't get me wrong. He's not going to be running around all over Philadelphia at Lincoln Field, but he's athletic enough to make plays. He made 2 third-down plays with his feet. And got 13, 14 yards with it. So he's not a sitting target back there is what I'm saying. So the idea that he can make some third down plays in 3rd and short, which he did that day, is what we need to keep drives alive to shorten this game and to get the hell out of Philadelphia with a sneaky W.
Listen, I'm with you on everything that has to do about Brad Gilbert being potentially great. So I want to ask the two of you guys. So he's a professional quarterback. He is, clearly, he's kept him, he probably jogs in the morning, eats halfway decently, just staying kind of ready. I mean, he's not going to be like, world class anything.
8 years in the league, he knows what's up.
So he gets the call, he comes in, literally the last possible second before you can play an NFL game. Like, what is the best? I mean, can you hope for that magic scenario?
Absolutely.
Okay. Right.
Absolutely. I mean, you have to hope for it. Listen,
that he can do it.
This is a guy that,
of course,
let me give you a stat line and tell me if you think what percentage possible you think it is. 22 for 31, 280 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick.
That's way too many yards and way too many throws. If we throw the ball 40 times with that guy, we lose by multiple
30
touchdowns.
times?
I think you want to keep that guy throwing the ball in the mid-20s at the most.
Yeah,
20 would be, yes. I mean, I get it. And the guy's been in this offense. Listen, he's with Carolina and Ron Rivera like everyone else we pick up in 2017, 2018. I mean, he understands the offense. He's done it before. He's gone out there and he's played. Like I said, he's made plays. In fact, in that game against Pittsburgh, they lost 24-19 to a 7-0 Pittsburgh Steelers team. On the final drive, he had multiple plays of over 20 yards. I think he had a 35-yarder, a 20-yarder, and he ran out of time at the end. They were down to 13, but they just ran out of clock, and they ran out of timeouts. And down by 5, they couldn't kick the field goal, and they threw one into the end zone to end the day. But he got them in a position late. That's shocking to me, that what he showed, the moxie he showed. Only left the Carolina Panthers because he got beat up by none other than our very own Taylor Heineke. And then he goes around and has a little twirl in the AAF and leads the league in passing. The guy comes out. He's been on the New England practice squad twice. When Bill Belichick is that interested in it, he comes back twice. The guy shows something on tape. And I think this is the type of scenario that he's been in the league for. He's not going to be your future, but he's a certain fill-in gap guy, and he's battling for 8 years, man. This guy's I'm very excited to see. He's 30 years old, man. This is his second start.
Yeah. He's an established professional football player.
Yep.
There's a reason they went out and got him for this because, one, he's got some familiarity, and there are only 2 things that are against him is verbiage. You just got to get certain verbiage down so you can communicate to the linemen, to the wide receivers, to the running backs, where they're going, what direction they're heading in, which, when you're familiar with the system, is a little bit easier to pick up on than when you're starting from scratch. Again, that's why they go out and get a guy like this.
Yep.
And then the other thing is just the timing with actual reps. But at this point, it is what it is. You've done this now for 8 years. You've done it with a lot of different people, being on practice squads and stuff. You go out there and you do the best you can. This game cannot come down on Gilbert's shoulders. Period. It's going to come down on
so
the
you got to they'll come up with the keys
on the defensive shoulders, and Gilbert just has to do everything he can to not screw it up.
They'll put keys for Gilbert. There'll be plays that they're going to look. So my thing is, he's going to throw a pick that looks terrible, and as long as it doesn't hurt us, like it's that.
No pick six. Make that tackle, Gilbert.
Exactly. Slay can't
right. Make that tackle.
Pick six. So
just don't let him score.
put our best unit back on the
on
field.
D.
So the thing about it, it's like that. It's gonna be that weird TV show wise, that weird feeling. In Philly, there's always the TV always has like that sheen on it. It's kind of ugly, and it's Philadelphia. It's Philadelphia. We're walking in with a walking wounded, barely. They're coming in having not played a game for almost 3 years. I think they've been just like hanging out. They're the most well-rested Week 15 team in the history of the National Football League. So don't we also have to have that play? That play has to go our way tonight. I mean, it just has to, right? And if so, like, where does that play happen? What aspect of the game, and what does it have to be?
Hell, I don't know, because special teams is so out of whack with so many ins and outs with us that I think it's not so much making that play happen. It's not giving up that play. We cannot afford to give up a defensive or special teams touchdown and expect to win tonight. That can't happen.
No. And I think we have to score one. A defensive.
I don't know if we
or
have
special
to.
teams touchdown.
Listen, man, we run the ball pretty well. I think we talked about that. We have to establish the front now. That being said, half our line is COVID possible. We'll go through the roster here in a second, and we'll figure out who's ready. It's been such a pain in the ass trying to figure out who actually is playing for us tonight and who's active. And it was such a weird deal to have, what did we say, Reyes and Settle. We're all kind of excited to have two guys of names we know, and then they're inactive, and it's non-COVID related. It's because they haven't practiced in freaking forever. I get it, but we've been on such a thing. We were so excited about those two names. Those are two backup guys, and that's what we've been holding on to all day today. They're not even playing, so I think it's just not giving up
Cosme.
the big play. I'm thrilled about seeing Cosme. I am. I'm so happy he's back. I'm thrilled to see him out there. That's gonna be cool, but another big adjustment for the guy.
Yeah,
I mean,
and a different guy on his left either way, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's good. You kind of peeled the top off. 6:30 kickoff in half an hour. Settle, Reyes inactive. All of our quarterbacks inactive. Those are the
Andy
big
Golden, another guy that could have been inactive. So I think we're good. We brought him back. Sheriff is the killer.
Yeah,
2 days ago, that was a
killer.
That was a kick to the sheriffs there, man. That was a tough one.
We talk about this level of player, and we talk about how they moved the game for us, right? So it was crazy, but the whole time I'm looking at it, and our quarterback is on the list, and our all-pro guard, but it's not like I kept thinking like we're not like some juggernaut team that like if you put a list together of 21 players on the Rams or the Bucks or some of these better rosters, the Packers. Like those guys would be full of guys where you were like, we can't go to the park without these guys. And for us, because of where we are in the rebuild, and we didn't start the season with the franchise quarterback. We lost the guy who we brought here to play in week 1. Our quarterback room has been full of Garrett Gilberts for the most part, really. I mean, maybe a slight above, but we're not no franchise guys there. No, if you get your defense where you think that's who you are. The whole time I'm thinking, did the odds really change as much as the 12-point spread that Vegas, made it into and then brought it back? I never thought so.
No, that's some Vegas smoke.
What I have found most interesting about this year's team in particular
Come on, Rhett, you're fun.
yeah, you can walk
through.
by.
You're good.
Rhett, you lived right there. You probably heard us talking about him. What I loved about this team this year is that they're playing the way that they've been playing. They've actually hit their peak at times when some of the best players were already gone on whether it be IR or whatever it be. This is a well-coached team. You take professional players, you put them together, you coach them up well. Anything happen. And to your point about what needs to go our way, breaks need to go our way. I mean, we've all been a part of these games where you kind of get a feel for the game. If it's going to be crappy, it's crappy. Just nothing's working, nothing's happening. It gets out of hand, and you're like, this is going to be one of those days. That could possibly happen, and you know that about midway through the first quarter, right?
That could have happened with our regular players.
Or you have these players who are playing their asses off, keeping it close, and then that's when you need, a tipped ball down in the red zone to get, great field possession or a pick six yourself. Yes, those things have to go the Washington football team's way tonight if they're going to win this game.
I don't think COVID can ruin our chances. I don't think we're so good that if you take 5 or 6 guys, I mean, it sucks not having the quarterback who's a healthy guy who's been playing for you. That's a big deal. But otherwise, my whole thing is I've never been like I don't think COVID can really hurt a team like Washington football team because we're not reliant on any one guy. If we were Allen and Payne, Allen and whoever out, I'd be way more. I mean, that's the guy. To me, that's the one guy you can't afford to lose.
All right, then let me ask you both this: if which we can't afford to do, we lose. Say we lose Ryan Fitzpatrick style. Say we lose Gilbert. Who's our backup? Do you guys even
Shermer.
know?
It's Shermer.
What college did he go to?
Shermer. What college did he go?
Illinois State.
Yeah, come on. The Shermer part I thought was the hard part.
Alabama.
He went to Vanderbilt.
Okay.
And he went to
He's a smart kid.
Well, hold on, because he went to LaSalle Catholic in Philly.
Yeah.
Well, his dad was the offensive coordinator there at the time.
There's no way he's not playing in this game.
He ripped up the
Actually, no,
Philly
like,
Catholic
there's
League.
no way he doesn't play in
That's what I'm
this
saying.
game.
You got to have a Philly Catholic QB, a WCAC kicker. We're going out there loaded for bear. We got Patterson from the local leagues. We got some dudes. I mean,
Shermer
if
comes
Kyle
in.
Shermer has to come in, bro.
Every
I mean,
play's
he's going
going
to be
deep.
playing in
Go
front
deep.
of people who know him. Come on.
Oh, he's an NFL, legacy.
Can't wait.
His dad right now is the offensive coordinator for the Broncos.
Give that kid a shot, man.
If you can
Well,
put a
we'll
bet,
see.
a micro bet down, T's loves micro bets. If you can make one before the game, the odds that Shermer plays, just take them. Whatever they are, you're gonna win. It's paying off tonight because that's happening. That's the easy one. Of course, Garrett Gilbert's gonna go out and Shermer's gonna come in. The real question is. For the Eagles, so can I ask you guys something? Like we all have like very close people that we love from Philadelphia. If anyone's gonna catch something, like can you imagine like no one caught anything in Philadelphia this week? Like one guy they lose for COVID.
Well, you have to think that,
Are they inoculated against everything?
No,
because up there?
I
the
hope we don't
Philadelphia
have
immune
any
system's a
fans
tad
in
bit
Philly.
different.
I was gonna say,
The
man,
Philly immune system, there's some gross stuff coming out of there, man.
we should all live in Philly.
The Delaware
If that's the
River's
case.
got some stuff floating through there that you become accustomed to every year. You develop quite an immune system, and
That's where the
that Walt
vaccine
Whitman
should be
Bridge
coming
is just
from.
dripping with goose. It's just I don't know. I
What if
think
they
it's
just
part of the
inject some Delaware
community.
River into your arm and be like,
I think I did
good for
accidentally. I
life.
think I'm good.
you're
I
never
think I'm
catching
good.
anything.
Yeah, I mean,
So obviously they're 100% healthy, which is healthy and rested.
a cheesesteak diet and the Delaware River. They got everything going. for 'em.
Literally,
I should be fine.
it's the least likely
I should be.
Yeah.
outcome of all time.
All right.
The river part, I don't.
CD Philadelphia, no one from Philadelphia got sick this week. That's a huge headline. And I wish everyone in Philadelphia the best. I honestly do. The disparity, like that to me. So that makes me think of all the things when we're in a game and everything just you feel like nothing. Every referee's against you. You feel like they're spotting the ball a half yard off. You feel like, an extra 2 or 3 seconds run off the clock. That's how this gets to me. Like COVID, he really done us wrong. He just that part meant not that because you know what, miss a game. If the Eagles have a guy who misses a game and he's ultimately healthy, doesn't get super sick, and he's back in a week, much rather that. I don't want guys breaking their legs or tearing hamstrings or painful injuries. Just like the Baker Mayfield where he's sitting in his basement just shaking his fist the entire time. Can you imagine living next to Baker Mayfield on Sunday?
Weight shaker thing? Is that what he does?
Yeah, the shakers. I mean, these players are livid. They're 100% healthy, sitting in their basement watching their team play. That is the most painful thing of all.
No, it would be. But you got to look at the bright side. We've got a guy named Corn Elder playing cornerback for us now. We've got, Terry McLaurin can catch a pass from another or 2 more different guys. 2 different, well, not a starter, but he can catch a pass from another Washington football team quarterback.
That's me too. Shermer's playing.
I mean, and if he does, he's throwing it to Terry
He's
McLaurin.
100% throwing it to Terry McLaurin.
What if Scott has a package for Shermer? Only because he has been on the practice squad and been a
yeah.
protected player.
The package is called the normal plays we always call. Like he'll actually be able to call
Get
his
the normal
plays.
guys in.
Yeah, some guy who's actually been on the
Regular
field.
guys, you're up.
This is just going to be our regular plays now. But so I think the fullback tonight is a hint. Obviously.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we were talking about in the
That was an
pregame.
interesting move.
Alex Armah, is he definitely active for this game?
Yes.
I believe so, yes.
Because he has to be. We said all week long, this
Why else
fullback's
would they
coming,
play- why
and
else
he's
would they
coming
do
for
it?
a reason, and he's coming. He's going to be playing a lot of snaps, and hey, man, Ron Rivera drafted him, so why wouldn't he give him a crack at this? He's stuck with him for years, dude. I think the dude He goes back to where's he at? Where is he? 2017 out of West Georgia,
West Georgia.
6'1", 260, just a mauler. And Lord, we need him tonight. He scored 3 touchdowns with Ron Rivera, so look for him. And that up back thing in the red zone, I mean, he scored 3 times. The guy's been a guy. Now, not so much here, but can't wait to see him tonight in a Redskins uniform. It's going to be the most resembling Mike Sellers, guy that we've had in forever. He's a monster.
Or do they go Belichick / Boys Club style and just go power eye all night long?
Brody Strachan style.
Yeah.
Let's get into it, man.
Yeah.
I
Let's
mean,
get
that
into it.
obviously that worked because the wind was 89 miles an hour.
Of course.
The other team couldn't do it.
Still
either.
Well,
works. It's
we need to
football,
work
is
some
what
of
it
that
is.
magic, but
Yeah.
I think our screen game gets worked over tonight. I think the Philadelphia Eagles have 19 dudes within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. Terry McLaurin, we got to let him fly. We got to take shots with him, and that has to happen. There's no other way around it. There's no other way. We got to run the ball, play action, and take a shot, right? I mean, run. Don't get frustrated when we're running it on every single. We have
Another
to.
micro bet run on first play.
Yeah.
Play. How about play action? Just freaking.
I mean, I'm surprised we only activated one fullback. Eagles are bringing 3 or 4
Right on
extra
bet.
guys against the run. I
Me
figure
too.
we'd be bringing in like 2 or 3, maybe 3 or 4 fullbacks. I mean, we're gonna.
Well, we don't have any tight ends, so crap. You know. I
I
mean,
know Reyes, but Bates is gonna be blocking his ass.
Ricky
love how they
Seals.
said he's a
Ricky
running
Seals
back
good still.
/
Is
tight
Ricky
end.
Seals still good? Is he?
I believe so.
I believe
Rhett,
so
Ricky
too.
Seals, active, ready to rock.
Right? All right.
All right. I mean, that's the guy that
That's 2 tight ends and a fullback right there. So
I think he'll get at least 7 or 8 targets.
Yeah.
Ricky Seals Jones. I mean,
7 or 8.
yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I don't know if that's the right
no,
answer. or
tight
not.
end is a quarterback's best friend, and then
Yeah,
that little.
especially on a night like tonight.
But man, with no McKissick and seeing he's out for the year, that was a kick straight to the freaking. Man, come on, dang it! I thought he had a shot to come back last week, and whatever. He would have been a great guy to have out there today. But watch Antonio; it's his night. I mean, it's his night. We are saying, take us into Philadelphia and bring us out of there with a win. He's got to do it.
Run game and a strong defense.
And the pass game, the check down. I mean, he's
Or
got to
tonight
touch the ball a
Patterson
billion
gets his
times.
chance to
He
show.
will. He will.
Right? No,
he
that's
will.
a chance for
he
him
will,
to say,
T-Bird.
listen, you know what? This is why they brought me here. This is why this is.
8 touchdowns will be great
This
tonight.
could be a night of just drudgery, or it could be a night of great stories, of great storylines, of awesome achievements by individuals that all came together and did something on a night like this. Hopefully, it's the latter.
I hope
Christmas,
so.
a Christmas miracle. So it
Are you
is.
serious, Clark?
It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, right? The Christmas is on Saturday, and Redskins Cowboys Sunday night, right after Christmas. So like it's a really we're just in the middle of all of it. I mean, Redskins game, Christmas, Redskins game. All the playoff, probably all playoff chances, or legitimate hopes for
It's most-
postseason.
Oh yeah, all wrapped up.
Most
in
all
one.
wonderful
here.
time of the
Yeah.
year. Don't screw it up, right? Let's
Yeah.
keep it wonderful.
I mean, so obviously it's a must-win game, right? I mean, it is. It has to be, right?
It is now.
Yeah.
I mean,
All of them are.
it's playoff time. It's just NFC East season. So yes, this is NFC East season. There's nothing left but NFC East. Of
Okay.
course.
So
But more specifically to our cause, NFC season, even though it is the East,
Yeah.
because right now Dallas is off and gone with it. No, we gotta take care of our business in this tiebreaker game.
maybe they'll rest some starters next week. That'd be great. Not gonna happen. I wanted to talk a little bit about that because I just
About
For-
resting players.
the Sunday night game against the Cowboys. So everyone has already played, right? Or who's going to go ahead of us Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We watch all the games again, play on Saturday, all day Sunday, and then our games. We're national game, right? 8:20 NBC on Christmas day after Christmas.
Right.
I just feel in my personal humble opinion, I think that's a classic place where the team that's not supposed to win wins. Not just because I'm a Redskins fan or Washington football team fan, but I feel like that's where Dallas.
Because they have nothing to lose.
It's a holiday weekend. They're eating all day. They don't give a crap. The NFC East is pretty much locked up. Everyone else has played all day. Probably some other stuff happened that really sets in stone more the rungs in the NFC, puts them in a more solid spot. And
we've got a busload of COVID on a short week, off back-to-back road weeks in conference. I mean, it's all setting up. But
It is.
I like how you take this approach in situations like this. There's no other way to look at it.
we have to talk about. I mean, we're usually talking about the game that's upcoming on Sunday, not the one that's upcoming in 12 minutes, and then the game on Sunday. So, I mean, this show's carrying a lot of water.
Yeah,
I mean, that's why you got Red Donnelly in here.
Well, thank God, because we went light tonight and there's no whiskey on the table, which is a little embarrassing. But
Yet.
Yeah,
but
that's right. Yeah.
It is. The night is young.
It is. Very young.
2 football games, 2 football game tailgates. Christmas Eve. Is everyone staying local for Christmas this year?
Oh yeah,
I will be, here for Christmas. I'll have to watch the Sunday night game in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Don't worry, it's a national game. As long as they get NBC up there. Do you get
That's
NBC
true.
up there?
Yeah, of
You'll
course.
be all right. You'll be okay.
I mean, not everyone can just marry someone from in-state and never have to go anywhere at any holiday. You know, it's just.
I know you're the local guy. But
Actually,
that's
they all
tougher,
did.
dude.
They all were here. They all moved there.
No.
It's tougher. 'cause
probably
you
the
have more
biggest
places
perk.
to go.
It's probably the biggest perk I
Well,
offer
I am
to
going to
my
be
spouse.
at
which
I'm
I'm
the
local.
Philadelphia Eagles
Yeah.
house.
I don't.
Easy to get to.
I don't sweat much for a fat guy. I'm local. You know, I don't ruffle the
You're not
feathers
that
too
fat
much.
anymore.
Oh yeah. No.
Can't say that.
Oh, I don't know. I've been on a tear since Thanksgiving.
Offensive
I
to
took a
fat people.
time out. Oh yeah. I will truffle shuffle you later. Keep you abreast of the scenario. Well, I mean, you asked and you were
You got a
seem
bad
very
back.
inquisitive.
You know, you
It
shouldn't do any of that.
doesn't feel good.
You know what else? We get a healthy Taylor Heineke on Sunday night. I mean, I wish he was playing tonight, but by Tuesday, if you told me we're going to have a 100% healthy guy to play for us on Sunday night, I'd be pretty excited. It's a good news day in that regard. Hopefully, Brendan Sheriff. So they changed the rule, right? So once if you're vaccinated, and you get your negative test, you're done being tested.
5 days or something like that after, and then you're
Two
good.
negative
I don't
within
know.
24 hours, I think.
The rules that have happened in the last 21
I know.
months are so
I don't
freaking
know,
unbelievable. It's so unbelievable. It's amazing.
And the NFL, there's like the worst guide to actually base your own personal, whatever you personally believe. I support you, but don't take your guidance, don't take your direction from the NFL. Like they just have a bunch of guys in the back room being like, "All right, here's the deal. Like, we're either going to have a season or we're not going to have a season." So let's get to work on the rules, but make sure the rules
But they can
ensure
change the
that,
rules
that
whenever
we
they
actually
want.
play. Yeah, they're
Oh,
just doing their own thing.
It's 6 of one, half a dozen of everything else at all times. Didn't you know? I never know, and I don't care. I like, you know what I like? Having something to drink, watching an amazing game. Well, and a game that has amazing consequences, and getting to do it in the basement. We haven't
And
done
I
it.
love the
We haven't done it this
Philadelphia-
year. Let's get after it tonight.
We're going to get after
I
it
love the
tonight.
Philadelphia Eagles fans that are upset that this is happening. But if it was the other way around, they would have been
Oh, yeah.
totally fine.
You guys are the biggest. I got to listen to it over and over again. I'm like, you know what, man? I don't know, whatever. How about this? You guys have been so soft since you won a Super Bowl. You guys used to have that hard edge. Now you're just.
You fired
all-
your coach.
They're all fancy.
And your quarterback. You
They're
fired
all
everyone. Everyone who
fancy.
won your
I
Super
know.
Bowl, you were like, get out.
Yeah, beat it. Beat it. We're going to get this dude in
Why?
here. We're going to get this new dude.
Like worse than us. So I mean, they have a Super Bowl way more recently than anyone around here. So I will give them that. There's nothing you can take away about that, except for the fact that they did something so much worse than anything we do. I mean, they literally won the Super Bowl and then wouldn't accept anything that. I mean, they got rid of everybody.
I know. It
It's
all
so
went down.
unbelievable to me.
The dumpster fire was like the day after.
Oh,
It was
what's going on
unbelievable
here?
how that transpired. When they fired Andy Reid, I was like, phew, you know, but that lasted long. We all get how it goes, and he needed a new play, whatever. But when they fired Doug Peterson, I was like, oh, thank God. They fired the 2 best coaches since we've been fans in this conference. Have they ever been like, oh, God? Yes, every time we fire, they're like, damn it, that guy was terrible. We wanted to keep him around. No, it's the opposite with them. They keep firing good coaches.
They keep firing good coaches, but and I mean, obviously he was an Eagle, so I hate him. But Carson Wentz, like the fact that you couldn't make that work is he's so much better than the average quarterback in this league, and they were just like, you know what, we're above average. We don't. That's not what we want here.
Yeah, the one thing they did do in that was they did pull off the
Draft picks.
Yeah, 3 first rounders.
So here,
3 first rounders,
which we'll
next
put
year.
to the test My theory.
We'll see who they're coaching, who's picking them. I hope it's the same group of garbage.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's the owner and his friends. I mean,
Howie.
if I owned a team, the three of us would be here deciding who to pick in the draft. I mean,
Oh, we're gonna go with the Dan Snyder model. We're just gonna get shit faced and make a bunch of
Yes.
calls. Like we usually have
Are you
3 friends in the
kidding me?
league. We won't talk to anyone
You
else.
all need to really hope that never happens.
that's exactly what happens.
Hey Ken, grab another high noon. I love this tailback
How
from
fast is that guy?
Maplewood.
He is a right guard who runs a 5'6". Do you know how fast that is for a right guard? We need to get this guy immediately. So
He was so nice to me at the grocery store.
we are going to put some things to the test from tonight going forward. Great things in my opinion. Like the reshaping of the NFC East has been going on for quite some time. Dallas has, for the most part, been a strong player, in that race. Eagles have been dog shit. Giants have been dog shit. We've danced around in some of those
Piles.
some of those piles. Exactly. But they're showing signs of being worse than us in all the ways. Like not just bad on Sundays and free agents that don't work out and players who don't want to be there, but like also now draft picks, front office hires, coaching decisions, like all of it. The Giants and the Eagles are so bad. Like to me, organizationally, they're so much below where Washington is overall, and to me, that's worth noting because we've been noting the last placeness of our organization for a long time. In our own backyard, we're playing for 5 straight weeks to end the season. I think we're clearing away at least the second best run football side of the house anywhere in the NFC East. And I think the Eagles and Giants are completely behind us.
Well, they've given us the gift of their terribleness, for lack of a better term. They've faltered. They've taken a knee organizationally as we have somehow tried to escape from the rubble to see some sunlight.
Yeah.
And we're headed that way. And we just keep catching old charges, but we're going to keep on catching them. There's going to keep on being stories, but I think we got the right people in place. They don't. And
They don't.
Dallas is pulling some stuff off right now, and we'll see.
Their owner situations,
Dallas is great
Stuart,
this
are
time of
great.
year, and this is right when they start to get all the hype and then fizzle. So maybe that starts next week.
Because owner-wise, we're last place. I'll just give it to us.
Oh, there's no doubt.
But the owner, was it the Maras up in New York? This is the kind of where you would expect owner like a family like that, right? They've been in the league forever. They're to step in and say, "Oh, hey, we're embarrassed like about what's going on. Take a strong hand, commit to make a big where an a family like that who's been around a long time, they actually have the ability to step in and potentially right the ship. Our owner obviously and absolutely does not.
Well, because his wife's in charge regardless, so she'd
Correct.
have to step in.
She would have to step in
And drive the yacht.
And
right?
Lurie, the Philadelphia guy, I mean,
Laurie, yeah.
he's behind all of the ridiculous coaching fires and front office upheaval. That's on him.
Joffrey.
Joffrey.
Oh, Joffrey, Laurie. Thank you for everything that you've done. Post. What a crazy. I mean, that was kind of a fluke to me that they won that damn Super Bowl. They went crazy, played great football for 4 weeks with Nick Foles, who played out of his gourd. And they deserved it. They
I was
earned
just
it.
thinking
I'm
about
not
that.
saying
Nick
it was a
Foles,
fluke, but what the hell was that?
Name another quarterback that's won a Super Bowl in the last 20 years that is as irrelevant to their team or their organization as Nick Foles was.
I always have Trent Dilfer
Trent
in mind, but
Dilfer,
that's
yeah,
not
of
20
course.
years. That's further than 20 years, I think. Trent was.
You could say Joe Flacco just to make everyone.
Well, he won the MVP, had 11 touchdowns.
Yeah.
that
I know,
friggin'
but is
postseason.
Joe Flacco elite?
He caught the
It's always
same.
so much fun.
God, it was such a terrible conversation.
Oh, there's Jalen Hurts getting ready to start.
Oh, Jalen.
I mean, you guys know I think Jalen Hurts is way good enough to play quarterback in this league. I don't know why there's people down on him. What are you afraid of most for him tonight against our defense?
The guy's got such athleticism. He just
that's
takes
what he
plays.
Yes,
That's what it is every night you're
That's
playing
his.
against
He's
him.
a hustle box man. He's a backyard brawler. He's the guy that gets every inch out of himself and the whole team, and he's a competitive dude. I don't think he's a superstar by any means, or is like some guy that you have to like game plan for. But he plays the game the right way, and I hate guys like that.
Yeah.
He doesn't get cheated. He doesn't make mistakes. He rarely makes mental mistakes, and the physical ones he corrects as well as anyone. And he's a leader. I hate talking this way about that, but I loved him at Alabama and how he handled himself into Oklahoma, and what he did in his college career was amazing. He's adored in the locker room. He's the guy that stands in front of the media and takes everything on his shoulders. He's kind of everything you want.
Yeah.
But that being said, he's not some Michael Vick type level athlete that's going to come out here and take a big dump on our defense.
Not everybody has to be a generational talent. Not everybody has to be this incredibly unbelievable, once in a lifetime type of guy. He's got all the intangibles it takes to be successful at this level, and to lead an offense in the NFL. Is he spectacular at anything? No, but
we played against a lot of better quarterbacks than him this year.
But he's a good quarterback. I think Ron Rivera said something about, it was interesting. He was talking about the guys getting the guys back on the defensive front. He goes, it's steady. It's more steady. He's a steady.
Yeah.
Jalen's the same thing. He's a steady football player. He's not going to do anything great. Where he hurts us, I think, tonight the most is like in third down situations when we have an opportunity to get them off, and he's able to pick it up with his legs. Just off script.
Jamin Davis, got to be able.
Yeah, I mean that would hopefully be the guy that can
Cole
eliminate
Holcomb.
that. Sure, but
The fact that Jalen played got a year in with Lincoln, to me, I think was like the booster for his career. That's a hell of a year to for an offensive coach like that. I think that's obviously helped other players in this league. That concerned me when he made his way to Philly, that a guy with his abilities, athletic and maturity, had a chance to learn with Lincoln.
And you say maturity, and it rhymes with versatility, and I have a weird brain, but that's the one term we haven't said all night tonight.
Yeah.
Here's where all the versatility we've talked about on the defensive side of the ball comes to a head. Here's where we're talking about the guys that have to play multiple positions. Bobby McCain has played corner. We might need him to play corner tonight.
Yeah.
There's guys that have played different positions, whether it be college or whatever it may be. There's guys that play different positions here, like that Buffalo nickel is going to have guys playing that spot tonight that we haven't seen in a minute. It could be anybody. Aside from Collins, it could be multiple guys. It won't be Cam Curl. We know that. But the guys that are out there are going to have to play multiple positions in multiple different sets. And, we don't have that many guys, dude. I mean, look at our safety. Everett and Reeves, one of those guys gets banged up. And Landon Collins, I'm calling him a linebacker tonight. That's only 3 safeties. 5 corners out here, 4 linebackers. Obviously, I said Collins would be one of those guys. But, DeJohn Harris. I mean, what do y'all know about DeJohn Harris? Dejon, whatever, but I know he played at Arkansas with Cam Curl, and it seems to me like they played a very physical brand of ball. But this is another Patriots practice squad guy that we poached to get here for some depth for a game like this and bring up to the COVID list. But that's going to be a guy. He's listed as the 4th freaking linebacker right now. So, there's going to have to be guys like that make plays. We bring Nate Orchard back. That's going to be a dude that's going to be a pass rusher in situations like that. We're going to see some of these guys that we haven't seen. It's going to be so interesting, Have we seen Apke out on the field on defense this year? I mean,
Nope.
We very well might see him at cornerback for the first time all season. I mean, there's stuff like this is going to happen.
I mean,
be ready for this.
If we're in real trouble.
Who plays?
Versatility
I think
is the key tonight.
If he gets pressed into service at safety, it would be better than a lot of situations because he's actually played it before. But if he gets pressed into service,
he's played corner all year.
Yeah,
he's practiced at the cornerback spot all year.
He's coming in at corner before he comes in for safety. He's only going to get moved to safety in emergency.
But he's done both, and he might have to. Somebody's going to have to do
how
something.
How many snaps has he gotten this year at corner on Sundays?
I haven't seen him.
I haven't seen him either.
But
the reason why is because
sometimes my Sunday vision is a tad bit blurry.
It's all been special teams.
Does anyone on the board know if he has snapped at cornerback on a Sunday? The reason why I say that is because when he made the team, there was like that big deal. Wasn't he like the first white corner since Seahorn?
I mean, like I said, Sunday vision, and I don't want to just be like, seems that way, but I can't think of another Caucasian corner off the top of my head.
If he plays tonight, that might be the first time since Jason Seahorn. But who knows? We'll see. I don't know. There's other guys. I mean, Harrison Smith plays safety for the Vikings. I'd be shocked if he didn't line up in coverage at some point in time. But Troy Atkeby, I'm. You're putting speed on the field. Is he going to make mistakes? He has in the past, but he's been playing better. He's a different guy.
Dude, we have 3 backup offensive linemen. on the out. One of them's a male model in Philadelphia. That typically doesn't go all that well, especially on the gridiron. I mean, it's just John Toth
Oh yeah.
is incredibly good
Second
looking.
cup of coffee for-
and
for
A
him
lot of
here.
Philly ties to this
I
game.
know it is. It is. Jameel Douglas, David Steinmetz, John Toth. So if someone goes
It's-
down, one of them will be protecting.
Maybe we should be talking about who our third string quarterback is, because obviously Shermer's playing. But
Who would the emergency quarterback be? Because
Logan's
isn't
out.
around. So emergency quarterback. Oh balls! It's gonna be
like Landon Collins or whoever the oldest player is, whoever the oldest guy on the two, whoever you get out there and be
Gibson?
smart, be old.
I mean, Jarrett Patterson goes Wildcat at that point. I feel like Terry McLaurin be the only other dude, but
I don't want to see him get
bro, that's
annihilated.
it. Unless John
DeAndre
Biggs,
Carter.
DeAndre Carter, yeah, dude. Emergency QB is gonna be a tough one.
That sounds like Wildcat scenario. So
Yeah, all day with a fullback.
It might be him.
Let him
That's
catch
why
it.
it-
Let's
it
go.
might be
Let's
him.
go.
Two
I
tight
think
ends.
it's him.
Philly
It's
special,
Alex.
shove it up your ass.
That's
We're
who
going.
it is.
We're going Alex Arma up your ass all day.
All three of our backup offensive linemen are
His
coming on
last
the
snap
field
was
at that
JV,
point.
2000, whatever.
Well, we got kickoff here. Joe Buck, Troy Aikman getting ready to get things started. We are going to do the exact same thing down here in the basement. We want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Please, if you said something that you like, if you like something that we said,
Like it.
give us a like. Give us a subscription. It's free. First Amendment Sports on YouTube. We appreciate it. We look forward to being back here in the new year, 1 week from tonight, to talk about 2 games that we will have watched in between shows. He's Tim Strachan.
Are we doing any sort of like like halftime post game?
We'll feel it out. At this point, we'll see what we can pull off.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, we might be able to get back on here during
Maybe.
halftime.
Garrett Gilbert, man,
Kevin Ricka.
get it done tonight, brother. Ron Rivera. I mean, listen, like I said, I don't think it'll be such a huge upset, but put your name in the books here, man. This would be an unforgettable one up in Philly with Garrett Gilbert at the helm.
We're the kings of the weird year.
Yeah, I'm with it,
Be
man.
the kings of the weird night.
Happy holidays,
Tonight.
Damian Lynch, all the way out there in Portland, Oregon. Stephen A. Smith said he threw. Tress Way. AGH says Tress Way is our emergency quarterback. We'll see if that's true. Nasta to our friends across the pond. Let's have some fun. 2 games in the next 7 days before we meet again. If those
Hail.
2 games are wins, we're talking about even if one of those games is a win, we're talking about a season with a ton of hope, a lot of potential,
Possibility.
a lot of possibility. Aaron Andrews is there. I'm Ken Marangolo. Just got it kicked from Aaron Andrews. He's Rhett Donnelly. We're First Amendment Sports. This was, thank God it's Tuesday. Still live. We're all still live, EO.
That's not even our game, is it?
No,
No.
It's not even a game.
that's a different game.